Hey, it's Ryan over at Ventura Pest Control. Today, I'm over at a athletic field that's had ongoing gopher problem that we've been managing. I've been able to do a lot of damage to the gopher populations out here. In the last 3 weeks, we've pulled about 25 gophers out of this field. It looks so much better than it was. But today, I'm gonna check some traps that I set yesterday, see how we did. And I'm also gonna show you how to set the traps that we use. We use a couple of different styles, but today we're gonna be using what's called a Gopher trap. And they're pretty awesome, but it is a little tricky to set them the right way. And a lot of the prep work is kind of setting yourself up for success or failure. All right, let's get to it. So found some gopher activity here. We're gonna go ahead and see what we got ourselves in for here. So you can see the mounds right there, little mounds right here. He's got a tunnel somewhere kind of coming all around through here. So get some gloves on. I'll show you how to set some traps to kind of catch this gopher, and we'll go from there. All right, so get my gloves on. I use these tools right here, just a shovel and a weeder tool. You can use whatever you want. Sometimes you can use a bigger shovel if you're gonna be digging out quite a bit of dirt, but this one seems to work pretty good. We got a tunnel going this way, as you can see, that way. And we got a tunnel going that way, which doesn't surprise me because you can see the activity going each direction. The hardest part is gonna be, you wanna get into a clean section of the tunnel and get all that dirt out of your way. So when you set your trap, it doesn't get blocked by dirt or anything like that. You just want it to go right into the trap. So you can kind of see now where this gopher was kind of buzzing through here and going through there, heading probably over there. Good, it's nice and open now, and that's a good place to set our trap. Sometimes you need to get this a little bit wider, but we'll see how it goes when we start to set our trap, okay? So this is one where we're gonna set a trap each direction. We're gonna use these traps right here. These are called Gopher. Love the name. The way you set these traps is you gotta open the arms up, and then this little part of the trap right here sits over the top of that arm. It holds it in place, and then you push this down inside the little hole here. And then this is the whole spring mechanism right here. So you just gotta take this and spin it all the way around and then hook it back on right there, okay? Now that trap is set. So when the gopher comes through here and it hits this arm, these are gonna squeeze together and trap the gopher, all right? As you can see, the arms are pretty wide, too wide for me to get my trap in there. So that's why we have the shovel. We're gonna just open up a little bit more room here. We wanna make sure that our trap gets in there and can open and close. Sometimes you gotta just kind of widen the tunnel a little bit. All right, so I think I got this open wide enough now. We can put our trap right here. So that's a good spot to put our trap on that side. All right, so now that I've got it all figured out how I'm gonna set that trap, these traps, you don't wanna lose them. You're gonna have them buried in the ground. So I use these flags. You can get them in the Home Depot or whatever. There's two ways you can stake it. You could just stake it right through the trap like this and have it come right out of the ground. And this situation, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go like this here, and I'm gonna stake it right there. Okay. So now I'm gonna know where this trap is. And you don't wanna cover your mechanism too much, so you're gonna use some of the grass that you pulled out and just kind of cover it like that. So that's one side. And like I said, we don't know if the gopher is gonna be coming from this direction or if it's gonna be coming from this direction. So now we gotta set the trap over here too. Don't be afraid to dig out more dirt if you need to. If you don't get it in the right spot, you might as well not even put the trap down. So it's really, really shallow. You're gonna get to the end of the tunnel and decide, you know what? I'm not putting it down there because there's no clean spot for me to put my trap, okay? So I'm feeling around. It looks like this whole tunnel kind of caved in on him. He's not gonna come this way. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cover this up. I now know because I came to the end of this, I don't really see any more damage this way. So we're gonna push all this back in. That dirt and stuff will cover back up real nice, all right? And then tomorrow when we come, we'll check this trap and all the other ones we set through the field here, and we'll have caught some gophers, all right? So I had activity right here yesterday. There's a couple mounds. You can see the dirt that was left over. I always flatten out the mounds once I find the activity. So I like these gloves. All right, so let's see if we caught anything here. Oh, there we go. There's a gopher right there. I've got another trap in here as well. That one didn't catch anything. And I always stake them and tie them to this so that they can't pull the trap down into the thing. But this is one successful gopher trapped in this area. So keep this athletic field nice and safe for the athletes and keep this guy from destroying the lawn. Again, I set all these traps yesterday. So if you're gonna catch something, you're gonna catch it like pretty quick to when you set the trap if you do it right. There we go, another one. All right, again, it's marked by my flag here. Same kind of deal. Got one gopher there and no gopher on that side. So you can see again, it's the same kind of deal. I opened up the tunnel, there was something going that way and there was another one going this way here. Another area with some traps here. Let's see how we did. This is a good example of why I tie them to the string here. Might have taken my trap deeper into the tunnel here, so I'll have to dig it out a little bit more. I think one thing that people are a little hesitant to do is dig out more grass to gain access to where the damage is, and make sure you get your trap in a good spot. The grass will grow back. This guy is deep in there. Let's see. Oh, there's my trap. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Yep, there we go. Got another gopher. All right, here's the end results. Caught 4 gophers. Again, whole goal is to keep the field here protected. They use this for lacrosse and all kinds of stuff. They don't want their athletes getting injured, and they definitely don't want the field getting destroyed by these guys. So